Alright, let's dive into what's going down in Broncos country right now. Imagine being a rookie in the NFL and suddenly having to step into a starting role because the stars ahead of you are sidelined. That's exactly what's happening with Pat Bryant, and honestly, he might be the most fascinating story coming out of Denver's camp this summer. But wait, before we get too deep, let me ask you, how often do you see a player labeled as a project in year one completely flip the script in year two? Because Bryant's doing exactly that. And here's what I think makes this even more intriguing: he's not just filling a gap, he's redefining what the Broncos' offense could look like in 2024. Let's start with the obvious. Vance Joseph calling Bryant the complete package isn't just coach speak. The guy's blocking, catching in traffic, and making highlight reel plays under pressure. But what's really interesting here is the comparison to Courtland Sutton. Bryant doesn't have Sutton's decade of experience, but his physicality and red zone prowess. That's the kind of trait you can build around. And get this, he's doing it without elite speed. Which makes me wonder, are we witnessing the death of the track athlete prototype at WR? Because Bryant's success suggests that football IQ, timing, and physicality might matter more than a 40-yard dash time. That's a spicy take, but watch his roots, he's playing faster than his speed suggests, and that's a skill. Now, let's talk about the rookie who's quietly making waves, Jonah Coleman. You might have missed his name in the draft hype cycle, but don't sleep on this kid. Between the tackles? He's been a beast. And here's why that matters: the Broncos needed a downhill runner to complement J.K. Dobbins. Coleman's college film hinted at this, but seeing him bulldoze through defenders in camp? That's validation. But what's the bigger picture here? I think Denver's building a committee backfield, Dobbins as the hammer, Coleman as the grinder, and R.J. Harvey as the finesse guy. It's 2024 football, position-less, role-specific, and brutally efficient. And if Coleman keeps this up, Harvey might have to start earning his snaps on special teams. No shame there, every roster needs utility players. Wait, did I just say efficient? Let's pivot to Uwazurike, the 6 feet 6 inches, 320-pound behemoth who's suddenly a pass-rushing threat. This isn't just about weight loss, it's about evolution. Dude's transforming from a space eater into a Chris Jones-type disruptor. And if that comparison feels lofty? Check the tape. His length and power were always there, but adding pass rush moves. That's game-changing. Here's the kicker: with Franklin Myers out, Uwazurike stepping into a spotlight that could have gone to a high draft pick. Instead, an undrafted guy's making executives look genius. Which raises a question: how many projects in the league are just one coaching staff away from stardom? Uwazurike's 2024 season might be the answer. But let's zoom out for a second. The injury report here is brutal. Waddle, Mims, LUT, wait, hold on. Jalen Waddle's a Dolphin now, right? Wait, no, the article says he's sidelined. Wait, hold up. The Broncos traded for Waddle this offseason? Or is this a typo? Beat, Either way, the injury bug's hitting hard, especially at WR and OL. Which makes Bryant's emergence even more critical. But here's the silver lining: Denver's depth is getting tested early, and that's a good problem. When your backups are stepping up, that's how you survive a 17-game season. And how about that scrimmage day energy? Defense dominating? That's not just effort, it's scheme. Joseph's unit is playing with continuity, which is rare in today's NFL. And when Singleton's correcting technique before the coaches even open their mouths, that's a locker room buying in. But here's the challenge: how do they turn that good chemistry into takeaways? Because that's the next step. You can't just be stout, you've got to create turnovers. And if they figure that out, this defense could carry the team early while the offense finds its footing. Let me leave you with this: what's more valuable, a flashy free agent splash or organic growth from within? The Broncos betting on Bryant, Coleman, and Uwazurike suggests they've embraced the latter. And in a league where year-one draft picks can make or break GMs, this feels like a masterclass in player development. But here's my final thought: if all three of these guys hit their ceilings, Denver's not just a playoff team, they're a dark horse AFC contender. And that's a narrative I didn't see coming when the season started. What do you think? Drop your takes below, let's debate this.